What's up, YouTube? College Football 26 released their full official gameplay first look. We're going to watch it together. I'm live on Twitch right now and see what we have. Now, to be fair, this is going to be Bordeaux, who is a content creator. If you don't know him already, obviously, if you're on YouTube watching this, you know who Bordeaux is. Ryan Williams, Drake Kirkpatrick, Kalen DeBoer is here. Scott O'Gallagher, who is the American Football Gameplay Design lead. I think that's his title. It might be higher than that. I might be wrong. And Nick Mazesco is the voice of all of this. So here we go. Actually, let me get the audio in here so we can actually, you guys can actually hear what's going on. Someone told me we didn't have the audio in last time. Bam, there we go. All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Ryan Williams, who we've already said looks kind of like an NPC in a good way.
We're taking it out. We're taking it out.
His skin is so clear, Ryan Williams, that like we couldn't believe that it looked like AI drawn at one point.
On that couch, cover athlete of College Football 26, Ryan Williams, and Drake Kirkpatrick Jr.
Twitch chat, be nice to the YouTube chat up top. I see you.
Coach Kalen DeBoer, and equally famous Bordeaux. What's up, man?
There we go, Bordeaux, Kentucky fan, obviously.
And joining me once again,
Nick Mazesco, and this is right here. We pointed this out a little bit ago, but I want to point it out again. One of the cool things to really see here is everybody is smiling as they're announced.
Famous Bordeaux, what's up, man?
And then there's OG.
Football content creator.
For those of you know, Nick Mazesco, and then Scott O'Gallagher, again, design director for American football. No smile, no smile. It's Kobe, baby. Job's not done. Job's not done.
Director Scott O'Gallagher. Scott, great to be back with you. We start off home game.
So we are seeing Alabama against Tennessee in Alabama at night.
Rocking in Tuscaloosa. This has got to be one of the best college football atmospheres out there.
It is. It's amazing. It was surreal coming out for the first time a year ago.
One of the cool things seeing already, one of the things I want you guys to keep an eye on is the offensive line. I think the offensive line here is always going to be something that's important to watch every single play. Offensive line last year, especially on Heisman versus CPU, I thought struggled with holding blocks, even if you had a really good offensive line. So look, real quick, just watch the middle here. Watch these guys. So it looks pretty good there, honestly. And again, good offensive line. Let's be very clear. Very clear, good offensive line. But even the one right here in the middle there, that looks like a good, hey, he pushed inside. We're good there. I think that's pretty decent. Pretty decent.
And can't wait to do it again.
For some of us,
a lot of passing lanes being made.
And which is awesome. It's no different than Coach over here when he goes to recruit.
Yep,
right?
there he goes. They are using revamped passing.
Right? Can you throw it? Can you throw a catchable football?
Oh, that was a bait. That was a bait.
God.
Bordeaux using Tennessee with a little switch stick there.
That is not a catchable ball right there.
That was a good bait. He baited me.
I don't know what level they're playing on Kabbalah. I'm going to assume that it is not, by the way, I'm going to assume it's not Heisman, because if you watch Bordeaux's character here, you'll see a zone on the screen, and normally on Heisman that doesn't show those.
Coach over here when he goes to recruit.
Watch, you're gonna see the character Bordeaux is controlling. See how it shows the zone on the screen? That is not normally something that shows on Heisman. Might be All-American, yeah.
That was a bait.
That is not a catchable ball right there.
That was a good bait. He baited me. He did. All right, so we're gonna have Dre playing on defense, and Dre knows a little something about defense.
Dolphins Steelers trading nothing with the fin. We'll talk about Dolphins Steelers in a minute. Dre puts himself in over Hubbard, of course.
To talk about, there's a lot of new ways to bring in subs in this game.
We were talking about this now. If you have not played the beta, this is the first official look I think we have at it, where this is the new dynamic substitution. You push up on the D-pad, so up on the D-pad, either one, and you have options to sub anybody in any one of these spots out. So anyone that is in the depth chart for a position that would normally go here. So like for left edge here, for rush left edge, you can do any of your outside linebackers, any of your edge linebackers, anything like that. I think you can even get some of the Mike linebackers in there as well. Then you also have the opportunity here to use R1 and L1 to switch from like all defense to individual position groups, where you can do D-line, you can do linebackers, you can do DBs, all kinds of those things. Happens on offense too, where you have all offense, that you can do offensive line, skill position, those type of things. Playcock does continue to go on this. So while you're doing this, this is a pre-snap change. And one of the other things here that I want to talk about is when you switch somebody, they do not switch for that play. they switch for the next play. So it's not bringing a guy in off from the sideline on that single play. Your next play will have the sub. So you're going to have your wear and tear status here, your overall rating here, your what position or what part of your body is the wear and tear is working on, and then who the person is and their natural position right there. That's how the dynamic substitutions work. Plus, there's always going to be a reset to starters button, so you can just reset all the dynamic substitutions.
Something that you guys added to the game on the fly subs. Talk to me a little bit about what that brings.
See how it goes to linebacker and defensive
awesome.
secondary
Now we
there?
no longer have to press start. That was the big thing. So
Really
the
love that.
areas going
Really
in,
love
just,
this,
you know,
especially
up
with
on
the
D-pad, go
how
down to your
strong
position,
wear and tear can be.
Sub them right there on and off.
When you're subbing guys in and out, it's all
Thank
on
you,
the fly.
USN, for the
There- you
raid.
only get
Appreciate
3
that, brother.
timeouts Perhaps. So, you know, how much of that is, you know, when you...
One second, we are going over things for the gameplay reveal today.
How realistic is that on a
Welcome
day-to-day
in.
atmosphere?
Yeah, I mean, you have to orchestrate and work at it, you know, all spring ball, fall camp.
So we are seeing the first time again, the Tennessee playbook we saw last year obviously has a lot of the wide stuff in the veer and shoot here. All of the wide sets that they have. One of the cool things I also saw here, this was in last year, but I think they've updated a lot of this, is the trenches. So they're going to, very early in the game, so you're going to see this box right here is going to show different matchups. This one actually showing the overall ratings for all the offensive and defensive line, plus their average weight, which I think is kind of a cool little immersion thing for playing the game. Also the new ticker, if you have not seen it yet, down here.
You know, you have scrimmages that you're trying to simulate.
7
as
long
possible,
days.
but
Yes, 7
it's on
long
another
days.
level when the bullets are flying at the pace that it is in the game. So a lot of rehearsal, and everyone's got to be on the
A lot
same
of people don't know this, by the way. This was in last year as well. If you did not know this already, there are different types of pitches. You can either tap for the light pitch or hold for a stronger pitch, or double tap for a fake pitch. The light pitch is more accurate. The strong pitch is stronger and faster, but also going to be a little bit less accurate at times.
in the game. So a lot of rehearsal, and everyone's got to be on the same page.
Why are we pressing?
Another time here, we're going to talk about the offensive line. I really think offensive line, they've done a great job with this year. Always going to be a question, because I think offensive line play is one of the toughest things to play consistently. But you see here, this is a 4-man rush. Tennessee obviously losing Pierce, but you're going to see the double team here, and you're going to see the stands up here, here, and here. And you know, you can do the 1, 2, 3, and they come through. So I mean, I think this is a pretty good blocking game so far.
Uh-oh.
Oh, got picked again.
Uh-oh.
Nope,
Okay,
got
okay.
him.
Of course,
Got him picked
of
again.
course,
I need to-
Ryan Williams throwing in a triple coverage doesn't help.
We're going to keep you at receiver based on that.
Coach, you're going to try Ryan at quarterback.
One of the things that I do want to talk about here is the juke that is used by Tennessee here.
Okay.
Got him picked
Um,
again.
We did see earlier, actually late last week, that Madden is going to have the quick jukes now. With you don't use the turbo button and use the right stick, it's going to be the you don't lose speed, and it does the little quick jukes. I don't know if you've seen that. It was on Madden's official Twitter. That is not in college football on launch. I think they're going to try to add it at some point. Not 100%, but you'll see right here the same juke that we're used to. That same juke is still there. You can still speed burst. You can still speed burst with the left trigger or right trigger by the tapping of that. I have seen that was a little bit better.
We're going to
So,
keep you at receiver based on that.
Coach, you're going to try Ryan at quarterback.
see man, thank you for giving this up, brother.
I saw him throw a ball the other day, and I took note, and it looked pretty good on the field.
When you're talking to recruits coming in, like there's got to be some level of just wanting to
Enhanced
be in this
bit rate.
game that is like something that wasn't there 2 years ago, and we're talking about now. Like this is something that you can actually be
Let me see something here real quick. Hold on a second.
coming
I
in.
want to see
Like,
this
there's gotta
run.
be some level of just wanting to.
Because one of the things I like to see about this run is one of the things that I almost missed here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a guy pressed out here, and Ryan Williams has his safeties on outside push, right? RM2, thank you for the gifted sub. So you see here, the safeties are on the outside boundaries. Remember, that's an adjustment in coach's adjustments, and it's in some of the plays by default. This actually, this right here, the safety out here, is actually one of the reasons, because he has to go so far, why this run picks up so many yards.
Be in this game that is like something that wasn't there 2 years ago.
That and the fact that Ryan Williams, who was controlling this character right here ran by the tackle here. If you see it, here. It's
just wanting to be in this.
You'll
game
watch
that
him. You'll watch
is
him
like
manually run by
something that
here.
wasn't
There you go.
years
1,
ago.
2.
And we're talking about now, like this is something that you can actually be a part of. No speed option.
There's the pitch
5.
again.
Look at the
Speed option covered a little bit better this year. A little bit better this year.
On the 5.
You see the blocking by 70
Now,
right
like,
there?
This is something that you can.
I mean, look at the
actually be a
blocking
part
here.
of.
So speed option here, normally this got sealed before. One of the things you want to look here is watch this guy steer this way. Block steering is new to the game this year. So when he steers this way, he gets himself in a better position to be able to play the speed option.
No speed option on the 5.
See what I mean with this? Last year,
And we're talking about now.
and
like,
this is blocking as a
something that
whole.
you
Last
can
year,
actually be a
it
part
would
of.
just lock guys up. Even in the run game, these guys would get locked up and just stay in position. Now with the block steering, especially with this guy lining up in a gap, you see them kind of move to the side where the speed option is going, right? You see the entire line go there too.
No speed.
Yeah, see, he misses him completely, but even he misses him completely. But right here, see how he's they started like here and moved this way, and now he's in position to actually have to take this over just in case. I really like that this year.
Look at the gap integrity.
Even if he's not the one making the play, I really like block. I think block steering this year is one of the better additions that won't get talked about. I think it makes the game look more realistic, and I think it's going to put more players in position to make those outside. My blocking issue with the beta was lead blocking as a guy run past immediate threat. I'm aware. I know what you mean, Hal. I know what you meant. I haven't seen an example of it yet. So, by the way, if you're ever on this screen, I know a lot of us had problems hitting close field goals last year. Push your camera down 1. It sounds crazy, but if you go back to the zoom, this actually makes a lower angle so you can see this arrow better. This arrow is not showing the true distance or the true it doesn't show true north in this. So you feel attacked, we all feel. Believe me, I missed it up too.
Kick meter.
Even this doesn't look easy.
See the cool thing here? Did you see down here too? The kick meter is completely empty. Plus, watch the back and forth. Watch the little football go back and forth and disappear. Okay, watch it go back.
Look at the kick meter.
Even
See
this
that?
doesn't look easy. I don't know if I hit
See ya.
this. Is it in?
Okay.
All right.
Still hit him. Still hit
Yeah,
it.
this year we've
but kind of
introduced
cool.
the ability to change your safety adjustment, do safety alignment. You see some coordinators in college that got that flat alignment look. You got some that will say, hey, I'm going to play you 30 yards back so everything's underneath.
Other thing I want to talk about right here with this is, I know this doesn't really show here, but I want you to watch this receiver actually come back to the ball.
College that got that flat alignment look.
Yeah, the slot guy. You see the slot guy actually come back to the ball a little bit?
Do safety alignment.
So you're gonna watch number 1 right here as he gets thrown here. He actually turns back around and attacks the ball a little bit. Doesn't attack the ball fully,
You see some coordinators in
uses
college that got that
momentum
flat alignment look.
and actually comes back and
You
actually
got some that will
shields
say,
the
hey,
ball
I'm gonna
this
play
year.
you
Whereas
30
last year he would have tried to
yards back
catch
so
that like
everything's
this.
Or you want to roll them up into the box, you have that ability to do it too. And then you could hit, L3 to get right back out of it and get back to your normal set defense.
I was scared. I should have threw it.
Thin slide. There's a new tier of
And get back to your normal set defense.
Again, decent blocking, 4-man blocking. You get you get your double team on the outside. You're getting straight up on the other ways. Like decent blocking here.
I was scared.
Not bad coverage either. I think he had number 1 at one point if he throws it inside here.
I should have threw it.
thin slide. There's a new tier of abilities in this game with the Heisman tier being added.
Oh, you can't see this. Let me move it out of the way real quick. So yeah, right here, the Heisman level. Down here, he's talking about Heisman level sidestep on Ryan Williams.
In college football
Yeah, the
players.
Heisman tier. So that was it. You hear the kids talk about, hey, let the kids cook, let them cook. That was it, right? You had
I do hear the kids
I know what you meant, Hal.
hear the kids saying that, and that was it. Those really like big.
I know what you're talking about. Believe me, I promise you.
Yeah, good throw. I look at Ryan what he was doing against Georgia last year, and there was just those moments. It was just like, hey, he started to cook. Stadium Pulse is rocking.
Stadium Pulse by Lowe's this year.
So
Okay.
when you see that coach, any type of hot route, audible, they're not getting it off.
Still empty. Still 5 out. Every time, huh?
One of the cool things that you're going to see here too is this year, when you're 5 out or when you have 5 guys in routes, I don't think they showed it here. I don't think they showed the coach screen here. Okay, they did show it here. Okay, so see how these are blue right now? See how these are blue right now? And this is a play action. So every single play this year has the protections that were in last year. Every single play has a protection already built onto it. So if you have play action, it's automatically going to kick these guys out towards the play action and keep these guys at home. So you're getting an automatic half slide on play action for better play action blocking. If you have 5 receivers out in the routes, it's automatically going to give you empty blocking from last year.
Audible.
And you can still adjust this anytime you want if you want to.
Still empty.
Let me see if they show it.
Out.
They don't show it for this, okay.
Every time, huh?
He's going with the corner.
Got him. Got him. Feed and bounds.
Gotta feed.
What happened? Wait. What happened here? I'm going to turn them down just a little bit because I want to see what happened here on the outside.
Still 5
Yeah, so that's going to help. I think that's going to help pass blocking a lot.
out.
Are they in? This is cover 4, right?
Every time, huh?
Oh, yeah, this is absolutely cover. No, this is cover 2. This is cover 2 because he's got a deep blue here. Nope, I'm wrong. Cover 4. I was right the first time. Because watch. So cover 4, there's a trips over here and two over here, right? So you got 2 over here. You're going to watch this one guy pull him and one guy pull him, right? But when you come over here, this guy, the outside guy pulls the cornerback with him. This guy pulls the safety, and you're going to see this guy come underneath. This is a cover 4 beater. It's actually a really nice flood concept.
Every time, huh?
Yep, see the vertical? Yeah, there you go.
He's going with the corner.
Got him. Got him. Feed and bounds.
Gotta feed.
So again, just something against cover 4. Cover 4 is not going to be able to beat that without some kind of pressure.
He's had a nice little game for you.
Yeah, that was absolutely quarters.
Now, am I crazy, OG? Do we got some new celebrations into the game? A new way to flex on your opponents a little bit?
Absolutely. Within the rules of college
Don't
football.
tell Coach.
Love new celebrations. Not always my thing, but
You gotta keep talking.
Yeah,
the giant audible icon.
Down to the studio.
But you can turn any icons you want off, Seth.
You gotta let me score.
But absolutely, the same. We got 20. We kept.
Yeah, there we go. There's the new
ones that they really love,
celebrations.
right, the salute, the stuff.
For those of you that
the
want to.
because you know the kids got to do that.
Terrible throw, man.
Not like this. Don't put 2 on the board the other way.
Terrible throw on that too.
Bordeaux, they invited you into their house. You're gonna put 2 on the board the other way?
I am going to.
Okay.
I'm gonna celebrate while doing it too.
I know Dre wants a user pick more than anybody right now.
I did see Dre. I did see. Oh.
Uh-oh. Over the top. Let me see here. Let me see this real quick. I want to see what this play is. I'm more worried about the actual plays than the results.
I know Dre wants a user pick more
Come
than
on,
anybody right now.
I did.
Right here. So what is this play that gets this guy wide open?
Pick more than anybody right now.
I did see.
What is this play? Yeah, they're wide open on both sidelines. What in the world is this call? Is this cover 3? And both guys are out here shuffling back? Is this maybe a pressed cover 3? Let me see here.
Anybody right now.
I did.
This is not cover 2, Predator. This right here is not cover 2. Because this safety's in the middle.
I know Dre wants a user pick more than anybody right now.
I did see.
It's cover 3. Yup, it's cover 3. It's not cover 1 because there's no man coverage to it. See him booking back and see this guy start to book back this way. It's cover 3 pressed in, and they're both booking back. It was just not a good call.
Oh, maybe.
Some of these throwing motions, some of these like the little animations that maybe you wouldn't notice, but when you compare side by side 25 to 26, you guys put a lot of work.
Say you're looking at angel blockers look crazy.
I love that you noticed that, and I think when you talk about the quarterback position, it's the iconic position in sports.
Yeah, they have done a lot of work to the AI quarterbacks for sure. Good and bad, by the way. Lower awareness should result in much lower quarterback play. It's not match. It wasn't match, Sneak. If it was match, they would have turned and booked earlier.
Look beautiful. It is the iconic position. So then that also takes in.
And also, if it was match, the outside guys would have matched with them.
Context, right? So that's.
Is that a no-look pass?
Throwing screen passes, throwing under duress, really. So these are full, basic fleet.
Cover 3.
Full animation coverage for every single throwing arm.
Not terrible, not terrible.
Here's the other thing that I love. This is
Good
what I
play to
love
go out on the outside there. Okay.
Is that coach is on the same couch.
Where'd the other DB go here? Where'd the other DB go here?
Animation coverage.
So we got Nickelback on this side. Cover 3 is going to go out here. He's going up. He's going up. The other guy's going up here. This guy just doesn't get out. User doesn't get out in here.
For every single.
Yeah, see, because look, this matches up. This matches up here. And this guy's got to come over here.
Throwing arm slot that you have.
Just,
Here's the other
yep.
thing that I love. This is what I
Just
love
bad
about
user
this.
there. Bad user.
Is that coach is on the same couch as Bordeaux, but he knows Bordeaux's playing as Tennessee, so he's giving him no advice.
This is the Bordeaux's video. This is the one on EA, on the original EJ, on the official EA channel.
By the way, over there.
Now that's another cover 4. So Bordeaux is straight cover 4.
I'll hit the drag.
Fake.
Nope. Lobbed it.
No, not like
No, he tapped it.
Threw the ball the first time.
No, I don't.
Oh, he tried to. Okay,
You're not seeing anything right
he
now.
double tapped the
We
button.
haven't touched
He
on
double
this,
tapped the
but
button there.
Talk to me a little bit about how quarterback height impacts your gameplay.
Oh, this is actually a big one. So this right here, we heard about this in the gameplay deep dive. So when you have an offensive line, when you've got an offensive line, your offensive line, when you're a quarterback, so Maddox Madsen is going to have thinner alleys to throw through, and if he throws over somebody where he can't see, he is actually going to have an accuracy hit for that. Now, I'm not saying the accuracy hit is going to be big enough to really worry about, but we'll see. What they're trying to do is a guy like Drew LR, they want the pocket passers that have some size to actually have that vision upgrade. So
More than it's ever. So everybody kept talking about, one, the games that were played up front, right, which we didn't have, which is stunts and twists.
So see right there, see how that has a little bit of that accuracy where he had to jump up to get this here?
Getting the guy, what they would call, or some would call, getting him off his launching point, and then depending
Same
on
throw,
size, how they collapse
same
the
throw.
pocket, we've never had that before.
In stride.
So now, if you got a 5,
That's the accuracy we're talking about. We're not talking about, listen, a drag's a drag. It's not that hard to throw a drag.
Throw those. And so now, if you're
But
trying
yeah,
to throw
even
that,
there,
5
accuracy
yards
behind the
into
receiver
drag
instead of
over the middle,
on
and you're in the sight line,
path.
it's gonna
You
get
see the
you
jump there?
accuracy.
So the receiver has no way of making a move afterwards. That's what you're going to have to worry about with smaller quarterbacks and with quicker scrambling quarterbacks. Because there are some unicorns out there where you have like a 6'5", really quick guy, but a lot of the scrambling quarterbacks are smaller and not going to be able to have the same views here that you're going to see in other places. Yeah, nice throw.
Oh my God, he got in the touchdown. Come on, Ryan. What button to do in celebration?
I didn't know which button to press.
I didn't know what
One of
button
the
to
changes I do
press.
love that you guys made this year was how cornerbacks play wide receivers. The need for you to get your eyes around.
Is that a
the
new
ball
RPO this year?
Was how
Did I see this as a quarterback RPO?
cornerbacks. One of the changes I do love that you guys made this year
7 days, KB, 7 days.
was
That's what that was, right? That's awesome. So it's a quarterback pull RPO.
I didn't know which button to press.
one of the changes I do love that you guys made this
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, no, this is RPO here, and then if not, he pulls it and goes. Nice.
year.
Fat fingered,
was
sorry, KB.
How cornerbacks play wide receivers. The need for you to get your eyes around.
Love
the
that.
football.
Love having
No
that
more
quarterback
games of
keep
just make the Willie Mays
RPO.
catch over the
right.
shoulder. You got to go find the quarterback.
That's right. So we coined it no eyes, no
No eyes, no picks. So right here, this guy's looking at Ryan Williams.
picks. That was it. Especially like if you're throwing.
We don't know what
a
time on Monday, Jaron.
route,
Right
you
now,
get the hit
PlayStation Source
from the
says
DB,
noon.
You want to be able to throw that shot now. Where before, it's like unless he had a significant speed advantage, you wouldn't want to throw that ball. And
So
then
right
to your
here,
point,
see
if
him
you're throwing the
looking?
Willie Mays picks.
Now, let me be very clear. This only affects AI controlled defenders. If your user clicks on here, you can still pick the ball. But if you're a verse CPU player like I am, this is massive. Like, this is huge. So, yeah, if a user clicks on, they can still do it. But if an AI, now you'll see an AI, if an AI is running with a guy and he looks back like this to get the ball, he'll still go up for a swat. Remember that.
And so we want
that will still be a thing.
Shots, those hole shots that you can now throw back shoulders, be more of a problem for the defense to handle.
What do we got here? What do we got here? I'm gonna assume some type. Wow, he's 4-4. Jesus. Nice. Taking some vacation? Yes, sir, Videx.
And Bordeaux made no protection.
Simplified slide protection. Yes. So this is what we were talking about before. Every single play will have some type of slide protection built into it. So that way, if you're a guy that like says, okay, I don't really want to know about slide protections, this way, all you do is bring up the coach screen and it'll actually show you what the slide protection is, and it'll show you your hot reads too. So I think that's a huge add.
You can change that now on the right stick. Flick right for a half slide right, or double tap for a full slide.
Yeah, you don't have to hold in L1 anymore.
No. Come on, get back to it.
How's he open again? Wow. Oh, is this cover 2 again?
No. Come on, get back to it. No.
Tap for a full slide.
Wait a second. Yeah, this is cover 2. This is absolutely cover 2. We got this guy booking it up the middle. Yeah, this is cover 2, and Bordeaux's just got a bad run here.
Come on, get back
Undercuts, yep. Yeah, bad safety play by Bordeaux there.
We're over here trying to
Kalen's so disappointed in Bordeaux.
Coach, thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching these guys hopefully pull out a win. 232. Guys, you're on your own now. Okay.
It is kind of dope to have Kalen DeBoer right, like literally there with them.
Coach isn't here for
Yeah, cover 2, Tampa 2, they're all the same thing, guys.
any motivation.
I appreciate
This
it.
is on you guys. And we got so Ryan is keeping the sticks right now on defense. Dre, what, you don't want to play defense
we
anymore?
doing every time.
Before anyone in the comments decides to get me, I'm aware that Tampa 2 is different than a cover 2, but they're still going to mid-read, and there's no such thing as regular cover 2 anymore. Most everybody runs a mid-read at the mic position.
Okay, you're doing everything. Okay, I'm making sure. Just making sure.
All right.
Let's see here.
4-man.
Yeah.
Dude, all Bordeaux is a cover 4 merchant.
He's going to stay in it, play coverage. But he may get one right there.
Yep.
Boy, Bordeaux, way to respond.
Now, Bordeaux did not click on with that. Watch him.
4-man.
See what I mean here? See how this DB is looking at the quarterback the whole time? That's where you can get that play. That's why he can still make that play.
He's going to stay in it, play coverage. But he may get one right there. Boy, Bordeaux, way to respond.
Hit as he throws, not like this.
Oh, by the way, getting hit as you throw this year is going to result in more picks. It is not going to be like last year where you got bailed out. Just a heads up. Be ready for that. That's a little, I'm going to give you a little inside tip. Getting hit while you throw this year was purposely redesigned so that it is a higher risk. Whereas last year, when you got hit when you threw, it just went down into the ground like 90% of the time. It's not going to do that this year.
Don't worry, we got game 2 coming up next. We're going to send Bama on the road to Doak.
Give me that.
Oh, picked?
Stadium.
We going.
Picked off. We're going the other way.
Make an excuse for that one.
Going the other way. Let's go, Bordeaux. Open up the bakery.
Did he not go in the? Did he not go in the end zone?
No, you know you want to throw for another touchdown, right?
And he's dropping back to pass. All right. It's good.
He's got the outside wide open.
And he's,
I still don't like this. For those of you that call me a shill or tell me I'm too positive, I still don't like this. First of all, who the hell is Bordeaux controlling? All right, so Bordeaux is on, I'm going to guess this is another cover 4. We'll see as it goes, but he's on a safety right now, right? I don't like that the other defender goes back here to the back line and just sits not looking for work. Yeah, this DB is still not using leverage, which I think is an incredibly important part. I think that this DB, I really wish this DB leveraged out a little bit.
No, you know you want to throw for another touchdown, right?
And he's
Although I
got
will
that
say,
side.
Bordeaux
He's got
coming
that
in
side.
doesn't help the matter.
And he's got him.
But even there, like, let's say Bordeaux, this is Bordeaux's assignment right here. Honestly, this guy should come down. Or at least come down and cut the distance. Give yourself an opportunity to make a play. Like, if there's a guy coming back here and gets over, I can understand it. But, like, there's nobody else in this guy's general vicinity than this guy. I want him attacking downhill. I want him attacking downhill. If you watch the rest of this play, he just sits in that back line. He's standing out of bounds. He's literally standing out of bounds. So I really don't like that. I still think that's a huge problem with EA football in general. That in the red zone, safeties tend to back up and just stand on the back line. So that's something I would love to see more often fixed. Yeah. No, I don't think he should be rewarded. No, he should be rewarded for calling the wrong defense at all.
No.
At all. But for him coming down, the guy that sits in zone coverage right here should be open. This guy should not. That's my change.
For another touchdown, right?
So see how this guy comes in here and sits in coverage? This is the guy that's wide open waiting. This little speed out right here, this should at least get covered. Or this guy should, even if this guy should step up. This guy, even if Bordeaux plays this play perfectly, this guy is still not guarding anybody. That's my problem. This is nothing to do with Bordeaux. Bordeaux, even calling the wrong defense, this guy should still look for work. This guy, they're all sitting in the back of the end zone. So
He's dropping back to pass. All right.
there isn't an NFL or college defender that in the game today that's going to stand on this back line on this play. That's my problem. That's my problem with this. And again, that is a EA football across the board. And it's something they know that, like, I have a problem with. It's feedback they've gotten that guys, especially in the red zone, like right here, they're guarding the back line. At the very, very least, they should be guarding here, halfway down, because what are you guarding against? Are you guarding against the quarterback throwing it to the crowd? Like, you're 6 foot tall right here. You can stand here and guard behind you. There's no reason to be guarding the back line. That's my big problem.
It's good we got coach.
Even if he's not guarding, even if he's not down here, he should be standing halfway in the end zone, not in the back line. Like, go watch any All-22 film. You'll never see a defender play back like that.
Out of here. And he's got
Yeah,
him.
boundary is a second defender. Boundary is a second defender.
Salute him. Game 1 is in the books.
So even if that guy doesn't match down, he should still be at the 5 yard, not the 10.
Turn the tables a little bit. We
Agreed,
send
Swish.
The Bama boys
Agreed.
on the road to Doak Campbell Stadium.
Okay, so we're gonna what is this? FSU, Bama in Tallahassee?
As
Okay.
athletes, as college football competitors, do you guys look forward to going on the road a little bit and playing in those stadiums and having the chance to quiet some of those crowds?
Definitely. I mean, just
Mitch,
last
thank you so
season,
much for the
I
Tier 1 23
like,
months.
The Georgia game was amazing. All of our home games was amazing. But, just having that feeling going on the road and, just watching the stands clear out of the
Use 6 to bring them
opposing
down.
team,
Even
it's-
using
it's
6
a
to bring them
different
down.
feeling,
How?
something that
The
you-
problem is even if you bring them down, even if you bring each individual defender down, they still back up to the end zone. So even if here's my problem. My problem isn't like manually doing this. My problem is this. Even if you're the ball's right here, right? And you bring the safeties down to here and here, if you call anything with a zone coverage in it, with a deep blue zone, they're going back here. Every single time. They don't stand middle where they should. That's my problem. So that's where my issue is.
Can't even put into words. So, I mean, that's definitely something that we look forward to.
I love this. We get a little contrast. We had the night game.
All right, little shotgun
right now
ace
we
here.
have a 3:30 in the afternoon game here in Tallahassee.
Are these guys on the
Florida.
beta build? I don't know what build they're on.
Gets immediately blown up in backfield. We touched on it a
Yellow
little
mid
bit,
zones
but
won't go back
the
like that, Seth.
improvements
But then you have
defensively,
to
especially when it comes
adjust
to
all of
secondary.
them in the yellow mid
Defending
zones, which is
plays
really
like
tough.
Jet sweeps were kind of a pain point. They were hard to stop last year. Is that something that players are going to notice a difference in this year?
Absolutely. We've done a lot there.
I feel like this
hard
is
to
not a
stop last year.
great. I feel like this isn't a great example of this.
Defending plays
I think
like
gap
jet
integrity is
sweeps
much better this year, but I feel like if this guy runs this way, he's still open.
were kind of a pain point. They were hard to stop last year. Is that something that players are going to notice a difference in this year?
See what I mean? Am I crazy in believing that if this guy attacks here, I think this guy still has room to run out here. I know gap integrity is better. I've seen it in action. I just don't think this is a great example of it.
Last year, is that something that players are going to notice a difference in this year?
Absolutely.
It's almost like 4 turns into it.
New coaching adjustments, but our run.
See that? You see, this is the run fits. If you don't know how to do these, by the way, I believe it's either L2 or R2. I think it's L2, and you push X. So if the run's going this,
fits.
If the run is going this way, it'll show you the run fits to the left. If the run is going this way, it'll show you the run fits to the right with B. So it's defensive end attack to inside, so ball carrier could have bounced outside. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Bruins Fanatic, thanks for the tier 1 3 months in advance, my brother. Welcome back. Welcome to the squad. All right. So again, run fits, for those of you who don't know, it just means where their assigned gap is. Where their assigned gap is.
Again, we brought in a lot, put in a ton of time and effort into that, and coverage in particular. And so things that
do like that. I will say that last year, this defender would have stood here and watched the guy go across the face. I do like that.
A ton of time and effort into that, and coverage in particular.
So this guy's actually involved in the run fit too.
Or stopped, authentically.
The substitutions, I mean, you're talking about.
Love this. By the way, this is brand new. So you have coaching adjustments and you have substitution strategies. You can set these in your normal menu, especially you dynasty players. You can set these in your normal in your diamond in your menu where you can grind it out. I believe it's grinded out, balanced, or let me see what they are.
New ways you can bring people.
Or yeah, you have custom sliders. All of this is like sliders in the menu you can do, or you can just use their presets.
The on-the-fly subs, no longer having to hit pause to bring players in.
Yeah, exactly. Just press.
So again, they're giving you one of the big pieces of feedback they heard that I think they did a great job acting on is how do I deal with wear and tear? Like wear and tear is going to be a thing. How do I deal with it? Well, they're giving you different ways to do it now. Dynamic substitutions. You can strategize, and all of those strategies are individual to the player groups. So you can have a strategy for your offensive line, a strategy for your running backs, a strategy for your wide receivers, a strategy for your defensive line. All of those can have individual strategies with customizable sliders that you can make custom, or you can use their presets.
On the D-pad now, and again, you introduce a physics-based
so I don't have to micromanage to prevent the running back. Same.
damage system like wear and tear. You got to be able to have it to where you can just get in and out.
By the way, can we talk about this for a second?
And again, you introduce a
sailed throw with his feet set. Sailed throw.
You be able to have it to where you can just get in and out of the. You combine that with all the new plays that we got. 2,800 new plays, 45 new formations.
By the way, I saw somebody say that like the 2,800 new plays, but we're only going to use a few of them. I think online is still going to be gun bunch and deuce close and stuff like that, gun tights and stuff like that. I think offliners really benefit more from the new playbooks. So,
contextual throws on the run, throwing screen passes.
Nice throw there, I like that.
Just makes these plays.
Oh, Ryan Williams spin move, wow.
Smoother. These venues, especially when you look at the decimal levels.
Hey, babe, Mo Bamba's in the game.
Things with it now this year.
Is that Bryce Underwood?
There we go, third and short.
There's a
quick throw.
Example. Get the ball out hot.
Ooh.
Nice play.
Oh, dirty.
He put him on YouTube Shorts. Bordeaux, look into that camera and let him know how that made you feel.
Bam.
Hey, get on them toes.
You gotta wrap up.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, my Lord.
All right, now, Bordeaux, here's what I want to see. Can you...
Good to have confirmation that Mo Bamba was in the game, yes.
Especially defensively this year. If you scroll...
Bryce Underwood is in Michigan? Yeah, that's what I just said. When they just showed Michigan, I said, is this Bryce Underwood? Because they're playing Michigan. So yeah, Bryce Underwood. That's what I said. That's why I said, is that Bryce Underwood? In my 3-man dynasty with my friends, we limit 3 play calls total. Yeah, you can always do play cooldown for sure.
Things with it now this year.
I do think there's a fidelity upgrade. Like seeing this, like the Florida State field and then going to the Penn State field and going back to the Florida State field, like seeing the difference in the color. I agree there is definitely some change there, some quality change there.
coach adjustments, because we got some new coach adjustments, especially defensively this year. If you scroll down there, you've got different ways to play the option. You got different ways to play the RPO.
So again, we have our RPO read key, RPO pass key. Are they going to be aggressive towards the receiver? Are they going to be aggressive towards the run game?
And then what I love is down in the
cross-playing dynasty mode is
you can
huge,
line up your safeties. If you're
homeboy.
getting run on, you can bring.
Love this too. This is going to be something that's a little more expert, but something you might want to learn how to use too, because you can set safety depth. So you can set them to be super deep. You can set them to be all the way up at the line of scrimmage. You can set their width. We talked about this before. You can set safeties. Let me see if I can bring this up real quick. You can set your safety. So let's say the ball is here and your safeties are, they're not normally there, but 10 yards off, right? You can set your safeties back here. You can set your safeties up here. You can set your safeties to pinch in. You can set your safeties to pinch out. You can set both of your safeties to pinch to one side. You can use the boundary as the center point. You could use one of the hash marks as the center point for the safeties. You could use the other boundary. You could have both of them wide. You could have them close and wide. You could have them deep and wide. You could have all kinds of combinations here, which I think is really dope. Again, depth, width, and where their midpoint is.
Those safeties down into the box.
I love it. This is one of my favorite features in the game. This is a real life, but yeah.
Close, tight, prevent. See it? Close. This is a lot of people used to like to run cover 4 and have to bring their safeties down. Now you're going to be able to just bring them
You
in.
can bring your safeties up in the box now. You can set them 30 yards back, and you can move them to the field. You can
See
move
what I
them to the
mean?
boundary. You can move them wide. You can keep them tight. And then when you go into coach adjustments, all you got to do is press L3, and you go back to your default.
It track
settings.
number of calls and average yards across dynasties or seasons. What do you mean?
That's a great ball. That's a great ball.
By the way, what do we talk about? What do we talk about? What can this DB not do? What can this DB not do, chat? DB can't see. He's not going to make a play.
That's a great ball.
Give us coach strategies for each opponent. They're not going to do that, Jay. It's just too much. Well, maybe one day.
The most
Safety adjustments is a huge W. He
He
can't see. There's no click on, so he's not going to be able to make a play.
On your left stick. And then you look at the wear and tear too, right in here on the on the flies. You can see which body part is hurt, how.
See there? Left shoulder for Ryan Williams. His status is down a little bit. Break him out if you need to.
And you can sub guys in and out, and then simply press X or square, and you can bring back your starters right where you want. And there's a bunch of filters too.
So again, when you change this, it doesn't change for the play that you're on the field for. It changes for the next play.
Your D-line, offensive line, skill positions. It's a pretty
track per game, not across multiple. Oh, I gotcha.
Oh my.
And again, we're gonna look at this again just to show his eyes on this. Just to show his eyes on this.
It's a pretty robust.
Same thing. You're gonna see both of these DBs in looking at the quarterback, which is why they can make this play. So even though he turns around, he sees the throw, then he goes to attack the throw. He knows the throw is coming.
Part of this game, we got Bordeaux on defense. So how would somebody use some of these stunts and twists?
So for stunts and twists, you can take any play, and then you just hold down that play call. That's it.
So there you go. All you have to do is, so like if you want to call a stunt over here on nickel load cover 2 man, you're gonna push square and hold it. You're gonna push square and you're going to hold it and then scroll down until you highlight the stunt you want. There are 10 to 12 stunts that you can use on almost every defensive play. If you're like in dollar, there are no stunts in dollar. Well, there are some stunts in dollar, but in a lot of dollar plays you can't get stunts because wide 3 wide doesn't give you any stunts. So yeah, these are, and you can see here, left exit 2 man, left text 2 man, left Tom 2 man, right exit, right pirate. So there's pirates in here too.
Say it's square, you just hold it, you'll get a drop down menu, and you can pick from maybe like the 12 or whatever is applicable to that front.
Yeah, pirate 3 man, text 2 man, Tom 2 man. It tells you what this is the type of stunt it's going to be, how many gaps he's going. El Paso 4 man, Texas 4 man, 4 different guys involved in the stunt.
Feel comfortable there, or you want to call it in pre-play? It's in the pre-play menu.
Yes, you can do it R1 as well. You can switch it there too.
Many different coordinators, defensive coordinators around the country, and they kept talking about how do we move the quarterback off of his launch point. A lot of them can stay in that 2 high, 3 high shell, but play
anything online to learn more of various types of stunts, not for the game. Whisper, you'll see. I'm sure more content creators will come out with it as it comes out.
Yeah. How you doing? Ball game.
If you want to learn about stunts, just look up college football stunts and what they are. They're named after true ones.
Oh, shoot. I did not mean to hit that button. Give me that.
I was joking about it. What happened there? Wow, what happened there?
Shoot. I did not mean to hit that button. Give me that.
Did he just moss him? Kind of?
Mama right there.
He went for a swat, right?
I did not mean to hit that button. Give me that.
Oh, and he just grabbed it from him. Okay.
I'll take it.
Dre, I gotta think, like, you gotta love getting a pick, but every once in a while going up and batting that ball away when you know you can't get that's gotta feel great. You just want picks all the time?
Upgraded SWAT.
They say
Upgraded SWAT.
I want the ball. I want it him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not going to do it, Austin, but
hit the player.
Which talks about some of those
It's just
new
funny.
animations we have for mid-air tackles. You talk about some of those catch point animation, some of those hit sticks
So-
through.
one of the things that I was told that they actually tried to fix more of is if you have a guy coming across the middle and you go for a conservative catch, but there is a guy that meets him at the time of the catch, they're not just going to fall down in front of the tackler. So a conservative catch, if they're met at the same time, is still going to cause a knockout now. Possibly. Yeah, hospital passes, exactly.
Adding more coverage there, more control. Control is number one with everything that we do. Then when it comes to hit sticks.
So that's
there
one of
and
the
there-
things that it's going to have to be. There are still times that conservative catch is going to fall down in front. It has to be very well timed, but you're going to be able to knock people out of conservative catches.
Now there's damage to the defensive player when he misses a hit stick or gets blown up.
I think Bordeaux's awareness level is low, his composure's low if he's still thinking about that.
Stadium pulse is all the way up.
Cover 3. Bordeaux just letting it go.
I think he's got him. No eyes, no picks. We got this.
That's actually match, yeah.
He got it. I love that.
But now, even on this, if you notice this, if you look at the end of the animation here, even at the end of the animation, Hubbard goes and tries to play the receiver. Play the receiver is going to be much stronger this year. It's still not going to fix everything, but play the receiver is still going to be much stronger this year. Even here, Hubbard tries to take a shot at McCoy here. So you're going to see a lot more of those animations with the guy swatting down the ball if you play receiver. What was that?
Let's go, Drake.
Right at Joe Lau.
Taking it out. We taking it out. We taking it out. I need my yard. I need my yard.
Did he just walk it? Did he just?
He's through the end zone.
Did he just Orlovsky it? Did Ryan Williams just Orlovsky it?
It was on the 1 yard line.
Watch this. Watch this.
Reception on the team. Seeing the reception from the community after last year, what was that like for you and for the team in general?
Incredible. Heartwarming. The guys just worked incredibly hard.
Is he in
When you
cover
come
4
out, The
again?
challenges is there, right? There's 134 teams at that time, right? All the different stadiums, the pageantry, and every team was delivered as someone's favorite team.
Oh,
But most
out.
importantly,
Okay.
we're seeing now it starts and
out of there.
ends with gameplay.
Keep going.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Let me see here again.
Every team was delivered.
This
as
isn't the one I want to
someone's
see.
favorite
I want to
team.
see.
And you come
I want to see how this blitz gets
out
picked up.
and it's just the challenges is there, right? There's
All right, so they're double mug, but he only rushes 3. Is he only rushing 2? He is. He put a guy out here and he put the guy out here.
134 teams at that time, right?
See, this is the problem. Only rushing 2. Ryan Williams doesn't get it. Just stay in the pocket. Just stay in the pocket. You're gonna have plenty of time. There was no reason. What Ryan Williams essentially did was get himself in a bad position to make this throw.
All the different stadiums, the pageantry, and every team was delivered as someone's favorite team. But most importantly, like we're seeing now, it's
Yeah, still good coverage by the corner, but rushing 2, no reason you should run. Why is he running free? He scrambled. Injo, he didn't recognize it was only rushing 2, so he scrambled.
The offense and the defense, and letting that chess match play out on the virtual gridiron. That I love that. That is one of the.
Let's see here.
And letting that come back to his control.
So we're gonna get 5 again. We're gonna talk about this real quick. Empty. This is an empty pickup. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna pick up the interior threat first, closest threat, which is why this guy comes off the edge open.
We're putting the control both the offense and the defense, and letting that chess match play.
See what I mean? Because it's set up as an empty coverage or an empty blocking coverage. They're gonna go inside first, and then the outside are gonna be the ones that get him.
Virtual gridiron. That I love that. That is one of the new animations. That's one that the ball would kind of just fall into the ground before the
Side coming in motion. Let's say DB from the left side coming in motion. The question is, why is the DB from the left side coming in motion? Let's see.
Word I keep going back to his controller. Putting the
He
control
changed
both
play.
offense and the defense.
He changed the play. Well, either that, or depending on the coverage. Again, Bordeaux running a lot of cover 4 here, running a lot of match coverage. So this DB, when this receiver came back over this way, this DB came over here to kind of match up with him. That's my assumption. My assumption is that.
And letting that chess match play out on the virtual gridiron there. I love that. That is one of the new animations. That's one that the ball would kind of just fall into the ground before the quarterback actually held on through that tackle.
Yes, all those.
There you go.
All of those, right? That exactly it would have hit right there, but now those things can be picked, and a lot of times they'll just eat it.
No, we're not pressing. We're not pressing.
Come on.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we pressing? No.
Okay, again, the no eyes. We talk about that again. We talk about it again.
No shot.
Even on this play, 4th and 28, right? Bordeaux doesn't make the play as the user, and nobody else can see the ball. So
No shot. He caught that.
you have to see that pre-snap and audible receiver to a shorter route. Well, yeah, but these guys also don't play a ton of. I mean, Bordeaux does, but Ryan Williams doesn't.
He's in field goal range.
Nah.
The diving catch.
Like Ryan Williams, 90% of the players never make a pre-snap
Take a sack
adjustment.
here.
Up the seam.
Wow.
Oh no! Put the
Fully letting Bordeaux. I'm okay with that. What was 40 doing? That was Bordeaux. Oh boy.
Gentlemen,
That was Bordeaux. Bordeaux was using 40, I
to
believe.
experience this every Saturday. Ryan, does it
Nice
it
throw. That's a beautiful
encapsulate
throw.
what the atmosphere of college football is like being out there on Saturdays?
Ain't no doubt. You know, it's super explosive.
Is that it? That is it.
Every single
All right, so there you go. That is our first official look at gameplay. Don't forget, it comes out on Monday, July 7th. We'll be live on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Bills, playing Dynasty, Road to Glory. Yes, I'll be playing some Ultimate Team too. Playing everything on the disc, mostly Dynasty though. We have a Rice Dynasty cooking up for you. You're going to love the playbook. See you next time.